Hi, I'm Jackie. I'm a professional character designer, and this is my first time painting all year traditionally. And I made a lot of mistakes, I learned a lot, and I can't believe I forgot half the things I learned from last year. So let's get right into it. So for Inktober this year, I really wanted to make something different than I did last year, so I started sketching ideas, but none of them really touched me. They seemed really boring, and they seemed like everything that I've done last year. So I settled on this sketch, and I was like, okay, let's just do it and get a practice for inking. So I took a picture on my iPad, and I kind of did some tweaks, and then I traced over my iPad screen with the paper in pencil that I'm using. And then here I start, and I go for the ink. I'm using Winsor & Newton Black India ink. This is my first time, I've been dreading painting all month. I've been putting it off because I've been so intimidated by not having been drawing. I don't think I've even used my sketchbook all year. This is my first time even doing sketches in my sketchbook, so it's really intimidating. And I had a day off, and I was like, I've been putting this off for so long, let's get started. So I did, and the finished product isn't exactly what, it is what it is. What did I expect from this sketch, right? It wasn't everything, but I did have a lot of trouble with application. This brush, I don't know if you could see, but this brush has so many loose pieces of hair, and whenever I made strokes, I had to do it on a separate piece of paper to make sure that the angle was right, because if I got it in the wrong angle, then I'll have a bunch of loose hairs. So then I couldn't handle it. I decided to cut off a couple of pieces of hairs. I don't recommend doing this. I don't know if you should. I don't know if it's probably very bad for your brush. Very not good, but I did it anyway, and it I don't know if it worked out better. I don't think it did, but I didn't want to keep going because I was scared to ruin it, and I didn't want to walk to the art store today, but maybe I'll have to tomorrow because I don't think I could work with that brush anymore. I moved recently, so I think it got a little effed up from the move. Maybe some things got squished upon it. I don't know, or maybe I was just bad at taking care of it last year when I did all my paintings. So at this point, I realized that I made a huge mistake because originally I was going to use red ink to block in the jacket that the character is wearing, but completely no black outline. And then I realized I forgot to do that. And I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna have to improvise and think of something else. Usually I try to do colors on it, and I wasn't sure if I wanted to color this at this point. Originally I wanted to paint it with gouache, but I was super intimidated. I haven't painted all year or inked, so I thought I would do an ink painting, and then my next painting could be with actual gouache, and maybe I'd have a little bit of practice with the medium. So we'll see for next time if I end up doing a painting. Let me know in the comments if you'd like to see an actual gouache painting. I haven't done one in a very long time, so I don't know if I'm very good at it. But we'll see, I guess. The face is my favorite part to do, and the hardest part. If you mess up the face, you mess up everything. So I did it last. I did the body first to practice with the brush to see if I was bad or not. And once I was confident that I wouldn't mess up the face or angle the brush wrong, then I did the face. And I'm using the technique that I wanted to do for the coat on the butterflies for the pop of red, because that was the only thing I could do at that point to save my red idea with the inking. And then I put some florals around it. I kind of improvised, kind of went off the drawing I had before. My sketch is usually pretty loose for the background elements, and the foreground, the character is kind of tight down, except for parts that I'm not sure about, the coat, for example. The ruffling on the coat I wasn't too sure about, so I just did a freehand when I got to there. This was a cool idea of having some more blacks in it. I don't know if, looking back, if I should have done the whole background black instead of having waves of it, but it is what it is, and you learn from it and you move on and you do the next one a little cooler. And after this, after I finish applying all this and remove it, I'm should I color it more, or am I gonna make it look cheesy? And let me know what you think, but I think I ended up making a little bit cheesy because I added some red to the coat. You'll see in a moment now. So I'm taking off the tape, I'm erasing the sketches, and then I'm using a little bit of coloring crayon to get some blush in, a little bit of color in her fingertips and her shoulders. And then I'm coloring the coat red, and I think I shouldn't have done that. I don't know, it just like looks a little bit elegant and mature without the added color. And I feel like this kind of brings down, I don't know. And then I'm adding a little bit of shadows with the pencil crayon, a little bit of shadows with a Copic marker, just like the parts that, you know, overlay. Signing it, and voila, I am finished. And let me know what you think in the comments. If you like these videos without voiceover, if you just want like a little time-lapse video, or whatever, please let me know. And if you like this content, consider supporting me on Patreon. I post a lot of behind the scenes and whips and process things and tutorials. And this piece is available on my shop for purchase, link in description. So that's it. I'll see you around. Bye bye.